Jerumi IDK. What made you think of your name? Please answer. I thought of Mercadurka about. I mean, I didn't put any thought into it whatsoever. I had watched Team America World Police the night that I made it, and I was like, "Hey, Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad," and they were doing that, and I was like, "That's pretty funny." And then I tried every variation of Durka Durka, and I was like, "Well, shit, there's no way I'm gonna get it." So I just went to Mercadurka. That was it. M was the next funniest letter to me, so that's what it was. Wish I had a better story for it. Apple Juice 5. Why do you experience all those weird stories and all I do is teabag people? Well, I mean, if you're teabagging people in real life, that is a pretty interesting story. But honestly, if you listen to the stories I tell, they're not really that interesting. What I do is I just kind of sit around and I think of pretty much, semi-interesting events or stories from my past, and then I sit down and I try to tell it in a really exciting way and make it entertaining. So really, the story of seeing two kids break their bones on the jungle gym, that's not that special or entertaining, but it came off as really good. Just like the fact that I've broken my nose twice. It's not that exceptional or rare of a thing to have broken, but I told it and I tried to make it entertaining. So it's really the way you tell the story, not the way the story goes, so to speak. As long as there's a good ending, that's about all that matters. Next. Anthony Sad. Oh, I'm sorry. Toilet paper. Over, under. Over? Are you a damn fool, sir? Of course it's got to be over, because otherwise you have to keep pulling it and reach your hand under there, and that's like an extra 5 inches for my hand to reach. I'm not down for that. I'm maximum efficiency when I'm taking a Duke. So, over for show. Unknown VS13. Why is the community retarded, and why are retards taken so seriously? I don't think the community is necessarily retarded. I think certain people in the community are very, very irritating and take themselves way too seriously. It's just kind of the same way that it seems like in the gaming community in particular, there are a bunch of people who just perceive themselves as these righteous, moral arbiters of truth who are just sneering and being really rude and thinking that everybody else should abide by their preconceived notions as to how a community should be run, which I think is silly, and that's usually why. I mean, I really don't associate with that many YouTubers. I mean, I'm not on bad terms with many YouTubers, if any at all, right now. I just really kind of stay in a close circle. When I get on Skype or something, the people I talk to are always pretty much the same dudes. The PKA crowd, Team Art, Onslaught, I talk to those kind of guys and I have a good time with it. And there's really no reason for me to branch out from there because I mean, it's weird after a while because every time you meet someone new in the community, if you have a decent-sized channel, which I know I don't have a huge channel at all, but if you have a decent-sized channel, you immediately assume that they're going to try and use you to try and get exposure. But it's nice that I have the friends that I made before any of us had huge YouTube channels, just because they're not going to try and mooch off you for the most part. So that's good. If anybody is mooching in that group, I'm mooching because I'm always getting put on PKA, which is great for my for getting my name out there a little bit more. And really, I just think people need to kind of disband this whole idea of the gamers being a community because we're not. We're not a community. We're a bunch of people who enjoy a hobby that doesn't make us a community because half of us hate the other half, and the PC guys just look with disdain at all the console guys, and the console guys generally kind of seem to have the attitude of, what? Who cares? And then just, I don't know. Whatever. I don't really care about the community thing. I don't really think I'm a part of any community. So, whatever. And why are retards taken so seriously? I really don't know who you're referring to, but I really don't think they are for the most part. That one noob. If you had to change one thing on YouTube, what would it be? I would change it so that every time I posted a video, it immediately went to the front page for everyone, because that would be a great way to get hella's views, hence hella's YouTube money. And then I could use that money to buy a jacuzzi. And I would use that jacuzzi, and I would put it in the White House when I purchased that for the question like 15 minutes ago, which I'm sure by now is like 2 episodes ago in this, so damn it, should have thought about that. Oh well. So that would be my change. It would be completely unfair and just cheat for me. Or maybe for like every time I had a button on my channel, I could click it and it would just be called Merca Mode. And the second I clicked it, every single video on YouTube became one of my videos. So even if the thumbnail looked like a Ray William Johnson one, you would click on it, bam, Mercadurka video. And it would just be awesome. I could just do that in like 3-minute increments and be like, yay, for 3 minutes I'm going to get 10 million views. So that'd be pretty cool. Next one. John LaJoy fan 25. Why are you against the death penalty? I'm against the death penalty just because I think it's counterintuitive. It's kind of like saying it's wrong for an individual to kill someone else, but it's okay when it's a big government body deciding to kill someone else. And it's also weird because usually murderers are the ones who are put to death, and it's like saying you killed someone and that is so evil that I'm going to kill you to demonstrate how wrong killing is. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, if anything, make the person suffer more. Throw them in a jail cell. Make them rot. Make them, not have the pleasure of leaving the world. Like someone like Timothy McVeigh, who was the Oklahoma City bomber, he wanted to be put to death because he wanted to be remembered and have a great legacy, or at least not a great legacy, but a memorable legacy. If he were still sitting in jail rotting, he wouldn't have gotten that. He would be sitting there, and every day he would have to be forced to think about what he did. That's a much worse punishment, in my opinion. And also, I don't know. I don't think that the government should be. I think I've said this before. I don't think the government should be an instrument of vengeance on behalf of the person. It doesn't make sense. Like, there's no reason that the government should be going out and finding people who wronged me and then killing them for it. Like, I don't know, lock them up, get them away because they're dangerous, but don't be killing them, because there's always a chance that that person maybe didn't do it and he was killed unjustly. And so even if there's the chance that one person ever got killed when they were innocent, which obviously that's happened plenty of times in this country, because we got such a big boner for killing people, apparently. Even if there's a chance that it just happens once, it's not worth it, because that's one innocent life that's taken away. So that's how I feel about that. Your thoughts on how you would feel if you killed somebody? Self-defense or cold-blooded? I guess I can't imagine myself ever killing someone in cold blood just because I'm not a violent person at all. But self-defense, I don't think I would feel too bad about it. It depends on the manner. Like, if I just had a gun and I shot him in the chest and it was kind of like a clean death as he was running at me with an axe or something, I don't think I would feel that bad about that. But if we were in a big grappling match and I had to, like, cave his skull in with the back end of a toilet, that would probably stick with me for a while because that'd be a gruesome, horrible endeavor. So it all depends on the means by which you go about killing them for the most part. But I think no matter what, I would feel just weird about it and shitty, but at the same time I would have to come to the realization that, yeah, I needed to do this because otherwise this guy would have freaking killed me, or he would have hurt my family or a friend or something like that. So that's how I feel about that.